Hey guys, welcome to a brand new episode. Today we're taking a look at Cornucopia, a brand new metaverse coming, which could be absolutely massive. Think Westworld. This is totally giving me Westworld vibes, like different individual universes within a metaverse where there are different themes and you can do different things. You can, personalize your own home. You can build and craft items that you can use to decorate your home. You can actually design some yourself and they can be sellable on the marketplace. Today's video is of course Watch to Earn, as it is sponsored. They provided us with two NFTs, so a normal property and an epic property, a large property I think it is. So I mean, a long term, that's going to be a long term until I can use that, but potentially gives us one to give away in the future to get people started on this. And also even though it's just in NFTs, I'm going to put Watch to Earn on this, so it's going to be $300 up for grabs, 6 lots of $50. If you don't know how to enter already, just go to the comment section, post anything you want, go to Discord, which is in the description, and go to the competition wallet section, post your YouTube name and your BSC wallet address, and you might be one of those 6 winners of 50 USDT, which will be transferred to your wallet in 3 days time. Okay, let's get into today's video. So big plans. This is Cornucopia, and the Copi token is now available at the BSC contract there. I'll put a link to that in the description below. It is actually doing really well in a market that is doing really bad. Everything is just stagnant. It's like stopped. There's no growth in anything. And yeah, all my coins are just steady. They're all holding around the same point. But this is a token where, I mean, I bought it. We got to buy at 1,250 when it first came out. Sell at 2,000 when it was at its top here. Forgot to buy back and missed out on this growth. But I mean, I made some profit on it. But look, like it's actually got some positive growth. And I think that growth is coming from just the pure advertising drive that they are doing at the moment. The fact that the game looks really good quality. So let's take a look at some of the trailers, because these are really what show this off in its true form. So we can see, like, in this farm art style preview, this is what we can expect Cornucopia to look like. So really high quality design, everything looking, very cartoon realistic. So they're beautiful designs. I mean, look at the trees, and this is, I believe, Farmer Joe. Who's a big character in this. You can see him chilling out, planting some seeds, growing for the next year. Trying to get some food in. And he's sprouted some pumpkins. I mean, he can take them to the marketplace. He can sell the. Oh, he's falling asleep. Your pumpkins are ready, Joe. Joe, pumpkins are ready. I mean, that's just life on the farm, but there are other universes. It's a bubble metaverse, and your island awaits. So maybe farming is not your style. Maybe you want to move to the Wild West or somewhere else. So Cornucopia aims to try and give you that variety. So we can see here is like an underwater universe with sharks. Watch out for the sharks. Going up. It's a house, kind of close to a farm. I want to see the Wild West Cornucopia universe. The team behind this are not new to the blockchain space. They are very experienced. What I like about them is, we'll look at the co-founders in a minute, but they are people who exist in the crypto universe in terms of, they're out there, they're putting the faces out there. They have podcasts that they do. They already have projects that they've worked on and built up on the Cadano blockchain. So here's like the little bubbles that will hold these different little universes. I mean, that's pretty cool, isn't it? Like having your own little underwater cavern that you could explore on top of your farm. It's got a little plot of land there. So the island is going to be split into a number of theme zones, such as Wild West Zone, Farm Life Zone, and the one I'm most excited for, Age of Samurai Zone, and more. So they're going to be places where you can go and play a series of mini games. You can get lost in the play to earn ecosystem, and you'll be able to earn real world value as you're doing that. So you'll be able to potentially earn Copi and then use that to to sell into real world money if you want to. And as you can see, you're going around looking for resources, building. Oh, she's happy with her creative dome. Just showing off now. So there's going to be PvP in it as well. It's not just going to be this social universe that you can exist in and build. There is going to be incentive to potentially grow your side and compete against other players. More creative players will be able to design their own items. So if you might design a coffee table, a bed, or some other household furnishing, and that can then be minted into an island blueprint that other players can buy. You'll be able to gather the materials and then craft in-game into a brand new NFT. And once created, though, the crafter can play with the items in their virtual dwelling or sell them on to other players on the marketplace in the future. So you could potentially really personalize your house. And, you know, I think you got to have that feature within games like this. This is Trader Joe going into his spacecraft to visit some of the metaverses, other places in the metaverse. The island's going to combine real-world commerce, so it's going to give opportunities for traditional and e-commerce companies to sell and promote their real-world brands, goods, services to a hard-to-reach audience that potentially never had access to it before. So what they're building is another kind of side of the economy. Is they're going to utilize advertising for brands to be able to say, okay, maybe I want to advertise Nike, and you might have that presented somewhere. And that's going to be good for the game. I think in a lot of metaverse, that's going to really be a good source of income for maintaining a good economy. The island's going to be built on Unreal Engine 5 games engine, and that'll be compatible with PC, mobile, game consoles, and smart TVs. And it's going to be powered, governed, and will be forever evolving thanks to the number of communities, including blockchain, Unreal game developers, voxel 3D artists and modelers, and general game enthusiasts. And creators and players will discover the new form of currency economics where they can create and trade their own NFTs in-game or on third-party marketplaces. And no longer will their purchased game assets be trapped inside a single game, again, which is what you see in gaming outside the NFT universe. We can see that he's visiting the Wild West Zone now in the metaverse. And this is a good example of potentially how you might find resources. Some gold. Cornucopia gold, saloon, trading post, and there are going to be mini games for you to be able to play in the metaverse. And here's maybe a little sneak peek of the PvP. Paintball. Oh, Joe is going in hard. No, she's not having it. No, Joe, it's a trap. Joe. She's gonna get hit. She's up there. Told you. I mean, don't know how she got up there so fast, but Joe did. The screen goes blank and Joe's dead. Oh, this is Joe going to heaven. Nice. He's had his fun. He's returning home. Oh, he's bringing the girl. And he has no paint on him. Joe. They chose to get married instead of having paint on them. Come home. Come live with me. Good for Joe. Comes back home. He's got crops. And now he's like, can you help me with all these crops? I didn't realise how much work it would be. So as you can see, they're trying to build a really high quality metaverse, and they have a really extensive white paper which details exactly what we can expect from this game in a bit more detail. So we'll go through the highlights of what is a 41-page white paper. So the first point they want to get across is that everyone can play it. The island is going to have mass appeal. It's aimed at all ages, all abilities, and the game will be to play for the casual player, also the try-hard gamer. They're designing the ever-evolving metaverse. They've studied and planned to build a game and infrastructure tools that will appeal, not be limited to a certain cohort. So they want it to be open to all of these different types of players. And they want to have builder roles, they want to have develop artistic roles, real-world companies, opportunity roles. So they want it to be big. And these metaverses are hard to perceive at the moment because, you know, they're concepts and we've got artwork on them and detailed and trailers and things like that, but we don't know where the metaverse is actually going to be in 5 years time. This could be one of those really young things that, you know, the internet was perceived like that's not going to be a big thing, it's just a fad, it's not going to grow. but it evolved into this massive thing, which, is just part of everybody's everyday life. And metaverses may become that. So when you're investing in these things, you've got to kind of think long term. Where is this going to be? Is this the one that I like? And the island's going to be completed with a massive multiplayer online role-playing game, so MMORPG. It expands multi-platform games to all different range of consoles, range of platforms, so as we saw before. One of the really big draws for me is that this is going to be built on the Cadano blockchain, and there are not a lot of games on the Cadano blockchain, and there is certainly not one that is, I think, like their flagship project. You've got like Avalanche with Crabada. Cardi Chain had my DeFi Pet, and other games that have come out released since. Solana has Genopets, which I think will be huge on that. And this could be Cadano's flagship project. This could be the one that really brings loads of people into their blockchain space. And getting in early on that, before people recognize it as something that could be really big, could be very fruitful. Even just investing in Cadano, some of these games have increased the token prices massively because people have had to buy into the blockchain, have had to transfer money into it, and picked up some of their tokens to be able to pay for gas fees. So personally, that's a really big draw for me to this project. Of course, this game is going to be play to earn, but they also introduce learn to earn, so actually a unique form of learning to earn gameplay that they'll hope bring a new form of gamification to education, which could be really interesting. And also build to earn, so building those, crafting those NFTs and actually creating them yourself. There will be staking, there will be player opportunities and NFT marketplaces available. The land is going to work as follows. Cornucopia map is divided into districts that can contain one or a mixture of cities, town or villages. Within each district is a starting zone where player can begin the game if they have a character that originates from that district. By default, each player is given 2 free starting characters from the city zone. Urban adventures. Each district will have a unique themed look and feel, such as the Wild West zone, which is based on old American Western town. Farm life, a zone based on a rural farm or ranch. An Age of Samurai zone based on 12th century early modern Japanese heritage, and many more. Some of the land zones, cities and world towns can be subdivided further into neighborhoods, with the lowest level being a land plot. So one of the plot of land is owned by a player, and depending on where the plot of land is located, it can be built upon to produce one of the following types of lands. You've got residential plots. This is a location where players character can live and be property, such as skyscraper, a block of flats, mansion, house, flat, or a tent. Commercial, which is where you can create a business, such as a shop, bank, or tavern. Industrial, where you can provide resources for players, such as food, wood, water, power, etc. Agriculture, which is where you can provide resources for players such as food and plants. And recreational, where you can do fun things for your player, such as exercise or relaxation. Your in-game character will be customizable, so you can have different badges and backpacks. You can also have different outfits, and the outfits will have different rarities that you might want to, have something that's rare to be able to show off. The character will have energy. Just in real life, you will have a limited amount of energy, and so while playing some of the games, that might decrease the amount of energy a character possesses. There will, however, be an energy renewal system, so every hour that will renew until it reaches the maximum of the character and will no longer increase as you'd expect. There will be different character mounts as well, so different animals that you'll be able to fly even. Others will be able to swim. That could be really exciting. There will be NPCs, non-playable characters in the game. There will be a multiplayer and Cornucopia's partner network, as well as mini-games, mini-game rewards in energy, XP coins and reward items. I'd like to see some random reward NFT drops that are rare and really useful in the game. Player experience points, so for every 1 million points achieved, you can receive a new badge, and every 10 million experience points, you will achieve a new outfit that can be based on your character. You'll be able to craft various materials in the game, and that can be through gathering different materials in the game, looting them, purchasing them off markets from other players, salvaging them, and also from crafting. So potentially if I craft wood and fire together, I might get ash, and that ash could be used to craft something else. I don't know what you could craft with ash, but that was a really terrible example. So there's going to be plenty to do in Cornucopia. The tokenomics are as follows. There will be a private sale of 9%, public sale 4.3%. You've got team advisors, play to earn rewards, staking and farming rewards, metaverse entity, partnerships, reserves, and floating liquidity. The roadmap is as follows. So Q4 we are in at the moment. This is where team growth, the token generation event, and IDO is to take place. TikTok and Instagram launch, and OG NFT release. The token generation event and IDO, so the IDOs will be through launch pads such as Vent, Paid, and Occam Fi. Then we go into the 2022, where website land maps will be launched. Public sale for lands will occur in Q1. These will be for player commercial owned domes, themed zones. You'll have the website, shop, and marketplace going live, website profile and wallet integration. Mobile phone and play to earn mini games will then start in Q2. Q2 will also involve public sale of land for city districts. The Unreal Engine 5 desktop full release will be in Q4, and there'll be desktop launch and full release available then. So beyond the sales, there'll be a fair period of time where they will be working on developing the game. And then we'll get themed zones in 2023, 2024 desktop decentralized zone, decentralized nodes, 2024 and 25 be available on game consoles, smart TVs, and full release. So huge plans for the future. This is a long-term project. If you are holding, if you are investing in this is a long-term hold. But we're right at the beginning of it, where potentially this could be huge, and this could be one of those ones in 5 years time, like if it got to consoles and people were playing this on the regular, you'd be looking back and like, remember when Cornucopia was out and it was on the market for 4 cents and now it's like $1? Who knows, it could get to there. You can check out their team, as I mentioned before, fully doxed, and there you can see, they have the YouTube where Cadano chats, so you can go and check out one of the co-founders there. I think there's 2 that run that. Him, Jeff Hewitt. They've already operating on the Cadano blockchain with Grow Your Stake, and which also has a little charity to the side of it, where they take some of the rewards and put it into a charity for clean water for all. And yeah, they all have various experience in startups and business and developing software. 20 years experience for one of the co-founders, and bringing all that together, if they can put it all together, I think they do have the experience to create this project. And as you see, where we can see where it's at the moment. If they can build that, this could be huge in the future. So one to think about, one to potentially hold a little bit of. And it might be very much similar to Project Quantum when we talked about this as a hold. We bought this at around here, and yeah, this is 2 months later, and it's taken you 2 months to get to a point where it is 3x, which is really good. But it could be we see the similar pattern with a project of this size as well. It's just a long-term hold, and it's come down 50% from its all-time high. So it was at a point where it was a 10x almost. So we took 140. I think it went to like 1,200 in my wallet. So yeah, it could be follow a similar pattern to that. So check it out, see if it's something suitable for you. All the links to this are in the description. That is all for this one. If you have enjoyed it, please leave a like on the video, hit subscribe if you want to keep up to date with future content. That is all from me. See you guys soon.